fours.
I think we're going to be hearing that a lot.
This is a good combination of, like, it was a pretty lady on all fours and getting cut and she's bleeding. I mean, that's what's not sexy about that.
It's American Dream.
Anyways.
So Daninsky and his fucking goons burst in.
Yep, capture the women and basically hang them all.
That scene is fucking great where they're just, like, hanging them one by one off the bridge.
Yep.
And they fucking burn, like,
the main
one
one.
lady. Yeah.
And
when she curses
casts
him.
the curse upon the Vinsky family.
Yeah, and she says that all of his descendants are going to get dumber and dumber until one of them awakens No?
We just did that last week, Randy.
That's right.
This isn't...
different curse.
This isn't Curse of Ernest.
Different curse.
I thought you were talking about the curse of the movie of Jim Carrey. Never mind, go ahead. Just skip past that, please.
Well, then it, like, flashes forward to, I don't know, what, like the 70s.
I was going to say, like, sometime in the future.
73, the modern time of the film's era.
And they're hunting. They're hunting in a. I think he said they were trying to hunt for a wolverine.
I think they were hunting wabbits.
Okay, so he said something about
ducks,
a wolverine.
Wabbits. So it was wabbit season. It was duck season.
Wait a minute. There's wolverines in Spain.
Well, he said something about a wolverine. He thought he shot a wolverine.
Listen.
Oh, I hope it's that fucking running back that they have now.
Yeah, he's all like snicked. What'd you say,
Bub? Oh my god.
He shot Leroy Horde from 1988.
What are you talking about, Bub? He ends up taking a shot at the animal and ends up killing a man, and he like feels all guilty about it and has a funeral they end up doing a funeral for him. And
funerals.
Then it cuts to a group of women around a flaming 5-pointed star. They summon a figure silhouetted in black.
Yeah, they do.
Yep, and that man...
that was me!
He's the man in black. But then the man in black...
You're not Johnny Cash.
What
do you want? A shot of tequila. Well, it's a Spanish movie.
Disgusting.
What do the Chicanos say before a tequila shot? Like arriba or something. I don't know. Here we go.
Oh my god. Ooh. Yeah, but the man in black selects one of the women to be the one to curse Daninsky, and she ends up going out and laying in the road, and Daninsky ends up running across her with his
classic
carriage.
Man trap.
Yep. He feels bad, or he's concerned for her, so he picks her up, takes her back to his place.
I am Polnashi. I used to do pornography. Let me take you back to my casa.
I used to do Pilates. Oh, shit, sorry.
No, he did pornography.
Oh, pornography, okay.
Yeah,
he also did Pilates,
he was
too.
A porn star. Well, that's how he stayed in shape for porn.
Yeah. Yeah. The fuck are you...
Anyway.
Duh.
Wow.
Fucking duh.
Today's tangent day.
Nope. No more tangents.
But
so like he bangs her.
Yeah, I was gonna say like right after she's like getting better, like they end up having sex.
Because Paul Naschy is basically like Voldemort Daninsky is like the James Bond of werewolves.
Ooh, that's
he bangs women in every movie, like pretty much continually throughout the movie.
Yeah,
that was That was the formula for these movies. Was like
that was in
sex scene.
That was in his rider.
Well, he wrote a lot of them, too. So
yeah. Oh, fucking why not?
Yeah, and after they get done fucking, she ends up cursing him using a wolf skull and her own blood.
Really cool, where she slits her wrist and, like, drips the blood onto the skull and bites his chest with it.
Yeah, I thought that was really neat.
That's a cool scene. I like it a bunch.
And then she ends up running away, and then while she's running away in the woods, a dude with an axe ends up, like, while she's exhausted, leaning against a tree, just shows up and just fucking hacks into her, like, 7 different times. Alright.
That's not the only time that a mystery dude with an axe will show up and attack someone unprovoked and, for no reason. I mean, later in the movie, that guy...
shows up a couple times.
Yeah, he just, like, bursts into... I think it's Daninsky's girlfriend's house, and I don't remember. Anyway.
Yeah, but then,
that's when the werewolf attacks begin.
Yeah, because he has a dream where he sees the woman's severed head in the woods, and several men surround him, calling him an assassin and murderer, while the full moon is shown in the background.
Ass-assin.
Ass in. Ass in.
Alright, Scott, keep going.
He goes out the next day and...
keep doing that. Stop it.
He goes out the next day, wandering the woods, and rescues a woman trapped on the cliffside. And you find out she's the engineer's daughter, which I was kind of confused. Like, how the hell did she get on that cliff? Like, or why would she be on that cliff like that?
Oh, yeah.
It's just kind of random and weird, I thought.
It's a Spanish movie, just go with it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. And then he ends up taking her back to her family and meets the rest of her family, which was like Maria, and I didn't catch the father or mother's name, but later that night he looks in the mirror and sees his wound from the skull bite is shaped like a 5-pointed star. And then
the mark of the Wolfman.
Yep. And then
Universal Studios and Lon Chaney Jr. maintain that that's the mark of the Wolfman.
No, Scott.
He's giving you the evil eye. Then it cuts to a woman tending to cows at night who gets attacked by a werewolf. And the first time you get to see what the werewolf looks like, which is very reminiscent of the Wolfman.
Did we skip over the next... There was more nudity. He banged his sister's girlfriend.
Oh, that's not... that comes up here in a minute. But yeah, then the killer...
No, his girlfriend's sister, I mean.
Yeah, because then it cuts to him meeting in the house with who he thought was Kinga, the girl that he saved off the cliffside.
Yeah.
But ends up being Maria, her sister or her girlfriend. And the killer with the axe is actually in the house and goes to attack her, and Daninsky saves her.
Yeah, and then she's all like...
Yep, then she's like,
save me, I'm going to walk out all naked with my bush out.
Yep, I want to lose my virginity tonight, or something along those lines. And yep, she walks out naked, and yep, pretty much they have sex.
Then Daninsky transforms while they're fucking...
And kills her.
Yep,
and then he wakes up on the floor later on confused, and he finds out that he ended up killing Maria later on, and him and the maid decide to blame it on the axe murderer.
I'm gonna be fucking shit-faced drunk when it comes to my movie, but...
And then it cuts to Kinga talking to her mother, who says it's a werewolf who is doing all the killings, and only a woman who loves the man can truly kill him with a silver-bladed dagger to the heart. So that's how you find out the way to get rid of the curse.
That's when you find out how the movie ends.
Yep, exactly. Spoiler! But yeah, then it goes to Daninsky, who transforms again and kills 3 actors out in the woods. Which that was a pretty cool scene.
That was a good scene.
Yeah. I enjoyed that a lot. And then
that was what is it? There was before that was the first main werewolf transformation, and it used like the classic Universal technique of layered cuts and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just like stop motion type thing or whatever.
Yeah, but then that's when the townsfolk basically have had enough. And
I like the scene where he's where he attacks the gypsy actors or whatever, like when he bends the shotgun.
That's
a nice.
Yeah, that's just kind of slowly bends it. Almost looks like he's smiling too. They had
fake.
Well, yeah, obviously.
All right.
But yeah, then that's when the superstitious town folk find the bodies and they start burning them, thinking that they will come back to haunt the living. And
yeah, I mean that makes sense to me.
Exactly. Well, like you said, everything purify everything with fire works really well.
Yeah, kill it with fire. If it's evil, kill it with fire.
Yeah, you've yelled at me about that before on the podcast.
Yeah, but then it cuts back to Kinga talking to Daninsky, and they are saying she is going to have a child with him. Yay! Pregnancy.
What?
Gross.
Is that a yay moment?
No,
I thought that was filled with anxiety.
It was an anxiety.
Maybe for some fucking stupid people.
Fucking retards love pregnancies.
Yeah, then as he's walking her home that night, the moon comes out and he yells at her to run. And she runs home and she basically says that
Mike's had 3.
3 what?
Pregnancies.
Yeah, Kinga's father goes out to kill the werewolf, but gets killed instead.
Well, you glazed over nudity again.
Don't glaze over nudity.
He was
when
it's
she
the
was
only redeeming
they're
part
in bed,
of this movie,
and she was naked.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's quite a bit of
the only redeeming part, but yeah, it's when he transforms and then he kills the girlfriend's dad. And that's awesome.
Yep, I was saying. Then he's watching. She comes
you
out.
don't really see many of the werewolf attacks or whatever.
No, they're all off screen, but then
he kills a lot of fucking people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then you get a little bit of on-screen aftermath gore.
I just had a body count of 10 before I couldn't finish it.
What was that?
There's a body count of around 10 when I stopped watching.
I love when he kills the couple in their cottage or whatever. When he rips the dude's face off and then bites the lady's neck and just like
Yeah, and that dude's
leaves.
face is just super gory looking and just...
You should also mention that the gore in this movie is really, really low budget.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, it's the
Definitely.
70s, though, so...
Lots of
No, there's good
I think
gore
they're
and-
using like mortician's wax style stuff or something maybe.
Yeah,
or...
super, super duper red blood.
Yeah, but then, after he kills the villagers, that were in that home, Kinga finds out about his curse and offers to help him get rid of it. And then it cuts to the townsfolk that find the body of the ex-murderer. The mob. And they find the ex-murderer's body and they figure out it's Daninsky who's the werewolf. So they go walking towards his castle.
I mean, his name is Valdemar Daninsky. That sounds like a werewolf to me.
Exactly. Sounds quite suspicious.
It's like if his name was like Adolf Schwenken.
He'd be a fucking
We'd know that he was like a Nazi.
a Nazi, yeah. Or especially if it's like go ahead, Scott.
Alright. Yep, then Daninsky in his werewolf form ends up sneaking into the Kinga's house and kills his mother.
Yeah, kill that bitch.
And then the townsfolk, then it cuts to the townsfolk after he runs out into the woods and they start hunting for him. And he ends up running into one of the guys. I don't know if I recognized him from earlier in the movie, but he ends up crushing that dude with a huge rock.
Smashing his head with the rock.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Andre the Giant style.
My way doesn't sound very sportsmanlike.
He's got an Andre the Giant impression.
But then after that death, Kinga ends up walking up on the dead body and sees him, and she confronts him and stabs him with the dagger. And then the townsfolk kind of surround him after he's dead. And then it cuts to a few years into the future, where Kinga has had her son.
Well, I mean, the whole... I want to say that there's a segment between the preface and the modern day stuff where it starts off with them at Daninsky's grave, like her and the little boy at the grave.
That's where I'm at right now.
No, I think that there's a scene...
Oh, scene before that?
Yeah, I think there's a scene in the transition, maybe in the transition between the preface, like the prologue stuff.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
I think that there's one in there, but yeah.
I literally didn't see anything either.
Yeah, since you missed that last
make
bit.
it that far. So.
Yeah, this is basically the end where they're at Daninsky's grave.
Spoilers.
And her and her son are standing there, and they walk away hand in hand, and then the full moon appears, and you see the son's hand is the hand of a werewolf.
Little paw hand.
And then it says Finn. So the end.
That means the end in fucking Spanish and Italian.
Or something, or
It's Italian.
Is it? Yeah,
Fin?
Yeah, Fin.
Right.
Yeah, for the review.
Well, I deduct that 1 point off my final score for using Finn when it's clearly ripped off from the Italian language. So there, it was going to be something else less. Don't like it. I didn't see that part. Thanks for telling me, though.
Yep, you're welcome. Do you want to review it? Give your score right now since you're already talking about it? I
am very hard pressed to enjoy Gothic era fucking movies.
You're a cock.
I'm sorry. The Spanish,
I like Gothic stuff.
Like the Spanish
Gothic
Inquisition fucking armor using type shit with the slow pacing and...
I'm a sucker for Gothic horror. So.
You're a Gothic sucker.
Yeah.
Goth suck.
Goth horror sucker.
It's just... I don't know. Like, I didn't go into it thinking that it was going to be shitty because all the reviews said that it was shitty. I gave it a shot, but the pace was slow. I guess it's kind of cool to see a Spanish version of, or take on the werewolf whole thing.
Mythos.
Yes. I'm not drunk or anything right now. I'm just saying, like, I couldn't think of Mythos, and I was getting really upset with myself. Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
I thought it was not that good, honestly. And what's like the best fucking Nashi movie that you can think of?
Best Nashi movie or the best
Werewolf?
Nashi werewolf?
Werewolf.
Probably Night of the Werewolf, I guess.
Okay, I would check that out. I guess is it the same type of setup, premise, type of storyline?
That one's kind of about like.
Is it more modern, like with the 70s?
It's a Gothic horror setting,
Okay.
but it's about like Elizabeth Bathory, sort of, and has kind of a cooler story.
I gave it a 5.
How about you,
Very
Randy?
good. I would give it 6.75.